Hello all, let's start part 2 of section 1.2. In this lecture, I will cover for you angle sum of a triangle. First, to know the sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle. It's important, any triangle is 180 degrees. Any triangle, any type of triangle that I draw, the sum of their angles is 180 degree. For example, I will draw this triangle for you. Correct? As if I name this angle A, if I name this angle B, if I name this angle C, A plus B plus angle C is always 180 degrees. Any triangle, even if I draw a right triangle for you. Soon I will explain what is right triangle, what is acute triangle, all of them. If I name here A, B, even this side is, this angle is right, C, correct? A plus B plus C in the second diagram is also 180 degree, correct? The problems that we are dealing with this part, they're really easy. I'll do an example for you. Example, they give you a triangle like this, and they're asking you to find the measures of the angles, correct? We have a triangle like this. This angle is given to you 61 degree, correct? This angle, they're asking you to find it. How much is that? As a x, and this angle given as a 48 degree, correct? Based on the relation that I know, if I add up all these three angles, it should gives me 180 degree. Then I will write x plus 48 degree plus 61 degree equals to 180 degree. It means x plus 61 plus 48 gives you 109. Correct? Degree equals 180 degree. Now subtract 109 from both sides. These two cancels out. Then x equals 71 degrees. It means this angle is how much? 71 degrees. They're really easy examples that you can deal with, because only remember the relation that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle, any triangle, it's 180 degree. Now, let's talk a little bit about types of triangles based on their angles, correct? Types of triangles. If I draw this triangle, you will see all the angles of this triangles, they're all acute. It means these angles are less than 90 degree, correct? Then I'll call this triangle acute triangle. When all the angles of a triangle is less than 90 degree, correct? All three angles, you call that triangle acute. The next one, we call it right triangle. I'm trying to draw a right triangle for you. It means in a right triangle, two angles will be acute. One angle is right. This angle is 90 degree. Correct? We call this one, you have one right angle. If you have one right angle, you call this triangle right triangle. Correct? And the last one, something like this, one angle will be obtuse. Correct? One angle is what? Obtuse. We call this one obtuse triangle. Correct? Also, it's here you name the triangles based on their angles, correct? We name them based on their angles, correct? Which type of angles they have. Now, you can name triangles also based on their sides, correct? Or I can write here types of triangle, but we are looking to their sides, correct? The first one I'll try to, but it's so difficult to draw it that way with hand with no measurement, but I'll use kind of notation here. I'll mark it like this. When you mark like this, it means all sides are equal, correct? Correct? When you are all sides equal, we call this triangle equilateral triangle. When all sides are equal, correct? Next one, two sides are equal. For example, this. Or even some of us usually we say two legs are equal, correct? Two side equal. We call it isosceles. Oh, very bad writing. My pen is moving. Let me clear it, fix it. It's too far. Isosceles triangle. And if three sides are different, like this, something like this, one like this, one like this, one like this, all three sides are different. You see, I'll put here three lines. We call this one, or you can say no side equal. We call this triangle skeleton. Skeleton triangle. Correct? These are the types of triangles that they want to introduce in your book, but believe me, we will not talk more about these triangles starting 1.3. Our focus is the actual trigonometry. In 1.2, they cover a little bit of uh, geometry for you. Even on the test day, my focus will not be on 1.2, 1.3, 1.1, 1.2. Our focus starts from 1.3. That soon I will record the lecture for you and you will see the lecture. Now, in 1.2 also they cover conditions for similar triangles. Great. If I draw two triangles for you, I'm trying to draw them similar, correct? This is, for example, one of them. I'll name it A, B, C, and I'll draw one smaller than this maybe, but same kinda similar to that triangle like this maybe, correct? I'll name this one N, M, P. There are few conditions they have or they share, then you can call these triangles similar triangles. If they don't have these conditions, you cannot call them similar, correct? First, this angle, if I name this one 45, for example, 45 degree, this angle and this angle should be, angle A and N should be the same, correct? Angle C should be similar to angle P, correct? And your angle B should be similar to angle M, correct? Now, I will write the conditions. Condition number one, corresponding angles must have the same measure, must have the same measure. Corresponding angles, you see, corresponding to A is N, corresponding to C is P, corresponding to B is M. Corresponding angles should have the same measures. That's condition number one. Condition number two, corresponding sides must be proportional. Must be proportional. What does it mean? Corresponding sides must be proportional. What does it mean, this part? It means the ratios of their corresponding sides must be equal. My phone is ringing. I'm not going to pick that phone. I'm sorry that you see extra nice. Now, based on these two conditions, we can do a lot. We can solve a lot of word problems, or they gave us two triangles. They are asking us check if they are similar to each other or not. Correct? I'll do one example. For example, given that triangle ABC, they give you a triangle ABC and triangle DFE, another triangle which is DFE, are similar find the length of unknown sides of DFE. Correct? I'll try to draw it. I'll copy it from your book. You have one triangle like this. This is your triangle ABC. Correct? A, B, let's name it in order in a nice way. Let's A, B, C. Of course, mark these angles like this. This side is given 16. This side is given 32. And this side is given what? 24. They give you another triangle similar to this. They already mentioned in the problem that they are similar. Correct? This is E, D, F, correct? Or DFE. Of course, this angle is equal to B, E is equal to C, and D is equal to A. Correct? They only give you one side of it, which is 8. They are asking you to find FE and DF. How much is the length of these sides? Correct? Based on the second condition, we know that ratio of corresponding sides must be equal. Then I can write, look, DE, this side, DE over corresponding side. What is the corresponding side for DE? The corresponding side for DE on the next triangle should be what? I'll make it red. AC, correct? DE over AC must be equal to another corresponding side, which is DF from the smaller triangle over the corresponding side for DF. You see the corresponding side for your DF is AB, right? Okay, let's plug in the values that at least we know, correct? I will do this to save some space. Your DE is given as a 8 over AC. AC is given 16, correct? Equals DF. I don't know how much is DF. I have to find it. I'll keep it as a DF, correct? But AB is given 24. Now, remember from school time cross multiplication method? If you do cross multiplication, you can write 16 df equals 8 times 24. Or if you solve it for df, you can divide both sides by 16 like this. Let's make it smaller first. These two cancels out. 1 times 2 times 1 time 1 time 2 times. It means your df is equal what? 12. 12 or 16? 12. Correct? Correct. Now, I know this side is 16. Correct? I'll use the same condition again to find EF. Correct? Then I can use again DE. Correct? I can use again DE over AC. It must be equal. I'm trying now this time to use EF. Correct? EF over what? CB. The important part is, let me explain to you. If you start with your smaller triangle to write the ratio, if you say DE over AC, then when you put the equal sign, when you want to write the next ratio, you cannot say CB over FE or EF. You have to follow the same order because you start with a small triangle. Next one you should write EF over CB. Correct? That's the only thing that you should focus. Other than that, it's really easy. Correct? Now your DE is again 8 over 16. This part equals, I don't know how much is EF. I'll keep it, and I know now my CB, which CB is given as a 32. Now again, cross multiply. You can write EF or 16 times EF equals 8 times 32. Divide both sides by 16. These two cancels out. 1 times 2 times 16 goes 2 times to 32. 2 times 8 gives you 16. It means the side EF is how much? 16, whatever the unit is. Correct? These were all about section 1.2. I'll stop the lecture on section 1.2. I know I went a little bit fast. We did less examples for these two sections because our focus is not on these two sections. Our actual work starts with section 1.3. See you all in section 1.3.